Hello everyone, I'm Melody from Bake a Leg and Let's Dig It. Welcome to my garden. Today is going to be garden tour number 3. So if you're new here, I am an organic gardener. These are new raised beds, and I also cook and bake on this channel. But I'm super happy to have you if you are new here. Super hot here today, folks, so bear with me and let's get into the garden tour. We'll start off with the first bed. This is just all bush beans. This is Kentucky pole beans. This right here. So I'm hoping that this trellis here will be enough to be able to hold it. If not, I'll rig something else. As far as the bush beans are concerned, I can tell you some of the names like Red Swan, Blue Swan. Let me just bend down a sec. Blue Lake bush beans. So this whole bed here is just nothing bush. Purple beans. I also have yellow in here. So that was the goal of mine this year, is to have a lot of bush beans. I did a video planting them closer together because of the factor you'll get more out of the yield. But this blank line right here, I deal with a lot of birds here. I'm in Grow Zone 7B in Pennsylvania, and I live near the water in case you hear jet skis and stuff going up. It's a really hot day here today. This whole row here was planted, and I saw a bunch of holes, so the birds absolutely stole this row of beans out, so I'll have to plant some more. And then over on this side is Blue Lake 274. I did say in the last one I would try to tell you everything that I have. Top crop bush. So yeah, that's pretty much it on that one. These are just all bush beans, and this is the Kentucky Wonder pole beans. Over here is my makeshift little thing that I built for my rattlesnake pole beans, and I swear it rains rocks here. Needless to say, that is going to be all rattlesnake pole beans. I have a tag that's empty here. There is nothing on this side yet. Oh, there is a bean. Look at that. That's in a very weird spot. The rain may have moved that. So, ooh, look at that. So when you get a bean like this, it's in the wrong spot. You can just push it down. Make sure you get the root down in there, and then just kind of recover it. It'll do its thing. So I'm thinking about right here, get ready, because I looked at companion planting this morning. I may do some, what is it? It's corn on the cob, but it's the yellow and white. I think it has a specific name. That's what I think. I'm just gonna do a quick little batch of corn on the cob there, which I know I should have it in here by now. These are new. If you saw the last garden tour, these are new because I put, me and Jay put this on the outside because I don't want the red Chinese noodle beans to damage the cute little ladybug lights. As you can see, this looks pretty green and this is yellow, so this is kind of telling me that this could be a nitrogen thing. But the idea is to get it to climb up the trellis. So went and got 2 more trellises. Same with this side of the bed. This is the other Chinese red noodle beans to climb up another trellis. The only thing that's throwing me off is it doesn't have a top, which originally the big one was going to be loaded with the Chinese red noodle beans, but unfortunately made an executive decision, and that was to take this out just so it doesn't mess with the lights. This right here is new to the homestead. I did a video on it the other day. I want to incorporate some pollinators for the bees, plus I need them. This is coneflower. I love it. I think it's beautiful. Kind of reminded me of where I grew up. These grow wild up there, but here I purchased that for about $12 from a box store. And this one is called tick seed. It says it's really good for the bees, and I wanted to incorporate some permanent pollinators so I don't have to keep buying annual. This bucket here is not looking too good. The marigolds, anyway, they need to be deadheaded. I usually just sprinkle them. So different types of flowers that are not up yet. Some zinnias. We got a lot of rain and a humongous storm the other night. These are new. I did 2 in the front. When I did a live on a Sunday, due to the fencing, people were saying it has like a Hawaiian theme. So I got 2 for the front, 2 for the back. You'll see that as we go on. So that is the bean bed. I want to make sure I cover everything. The flowers are looking good from the rain. Very pretty, very cute. So hopefully the bees like these, but that really filled out drastically, and that one too. And then we will enter the garden. And I'm going to try my darndest. I promised I would say what tomatoes I'm planting. This is the first bed of tomatoes. Darren said that I have 200 tomato plants. I counted them. I have 119, folks. 119 because of the bug out seed bag. So Chris is behind the camera. So thank you, Chris, for coming up. I did try to do a garden tour yesterday and my phone just cut it off. So I'll try to tell you very quickly. These are the bamboo stakes that I'm using this year. We're going to see how it goes. Sometimes cheaper may not be better. I'll give a good review. I'll give you a full review of what I think of them so far. I don't like the factor that they're not really straight when you're a little OCD like that. Okay, so if Chris wants to come over here and follow me, we will get started on telling you what type of tomatoes are in this bed. So this is a Marion tomato. We'll just keep it moving. Marion. Nope, this one is a Brandywine pink tomato right here. This bed I did do. I tied them up and I also pruned my tomato plants in this bed. But I'm not done, believe me you. I got a lot to do. Let's see, we have a Quadro tomato, in case you have never heard of that. It's spelled Quadro tomato right there. And right there. Let's see. Striped Roma tomato. That is going to be these, going in this direction. Striped Roma and striped Roma. Okay. That brings us to the second row. I know my tomatoes are close, but that's okay, as long as you really prune them up good. This is a San Marzano tomato right here, which is most likely, let me try to get in here. That's the only point with them being crowded is trying to see. Jubilee tomato, Jubilee. Dr. Winchie's, which I love. Let me see if I can get this tag for you. This is Green Zebra tomato. I did them 2 years ago and I haven't had the seeds, so that's these 3 right here are Green Zebra tomatoes. And then this one, the tag was in permanent marker, but it kind of faded. Yep, can't tell you what that one is now because the magic marker permanent wore off due to all the storms we're having here and all this rain. Okay, that's another Green Zebra right there. I think I previously stated. Let's see. Brandywine tomato. So it's very possible that these 3 in the front are Brandywines. And we're going to keep going so we can get through this garden tour. I don't know why I face tags around. Jubilee tomato. Nope, that's the middle one, which is Brandywine. It'll be the first time I think I'm trying Brandywine this year. This one here is a beefsteak tomato, which is right here looking pretty good. This is beefsteak. This is another different. I have a lot of different tomatoes this year. This is another Brandywine. So yeah, that's pretty much what's in this bed. There's a lot of Brandywine, a lot of beefsteak. Okay, so that's this bed. As you can see, these are natural, so I'm going to try to see if I can straighten them, but what are you going to do? Hopefully they just hold the tomato. I tried to put the thicker end up, thinner end down in. One bed done of tomatoes. Okay, flowers are doing well. This is the 3-tier from the dollar store. If you're new here, that was very successful. That is Wave Runners going up the river near me. There's boats all over today. So bear with me. I'm trying to speak up louder so you can hear me. This was a very popular item this year. I had no idea when I did the videos they were going to be this popular. You can go back and take a look at them. This is all the sugar snap peas that are doing great. I personally think that the birds moved some form of a zinnia, and that's what this is right here. This is not a weed. I saw this at my house, so I'm pretty sure it's a zinnia. Keep my eye on that. This is a tiny tomato. It's getting a little bud on it. Looks good. And then zaytawi pepper. It's in a bucket of its own because I heard it grows like a bush, but we will see. And I mulched it. Tabasco pepper. Like I said in the last garden tour, I got it to germinate. I grew one before, but they're slow. So if you want to harvest, it really does take a while, but it's got a little green going on. I think probably by tomorrow, I'm going to be giving everything fish emulsion to try to help with that. Let me hit the pause button very quickly. Hold on. Okay, I'm super sorry about that. We have big ships that go up the river here with tugboats, and they were blowing their horns. I heard it coming, so I'm like, let me hit the pause button. Welcome to my garden tour. Okay, anyway, this is another zaytawi, if I'm saying that properly, in this bucket. These are the baby ones I showed on my last. I was trying an experiment, see if they would make it. They're the big red sweet pepper so far. They're doing not so bad. This is the big red sweet. This one's doing much better. This is all sweet in this. I have corno di taro. This row right here, corno di taro. Sweet peppers. I have purple beauty sweet peppers, which is these four. This is a lilac bell pepper. That'll be my first time with that pepper. And then California Wonders sweet peppers. Just going to quickly give you the names. Keystone Giant. Golden California Wonder. I have Cubanellas. This I purchased. It still isn't looking the greatest, but I'm trying. Because I really want this. I didn't have the seeds for it. It's Gypsy Sweet Pepper. So that is that right there. Alright, so this, I just wanted to repeat it. It's Gypsy Sweet Peppers. I like to usually dip them in ranch, but this is a store-bought one, and it just hasn't been looking good from day one. Let me see. Corno di taro, yellow. Let's see. This whole row here is going to be Cubanella sweet peppers going all the way down here. Beautiful nasturtium right here, which is an edible plant, in case you don't know that. It tastes peppery. You can eat the leaves and the flowers. There's orange and beautiful yellow that's coming up, and this is pretty healthy looking. So again, this is half sweet, half hot. Let me tell you about the hots. I have a hot cayenne pepper, which doesn't look too healthy. This was the half that I put in very quickly, and it got bit by the frost. Let's see. This is serrano pepper. Serrano. I have, what is this? Jalapeno early hot right here. I'm trying, folks. Shishito pepper. I saw that from Roots and Refuge. Not sure if it's going to grow like a bush, though. I also got a hot fajita pepper right here. And if Chris wants to come over here, you can actually see we have some peppers of this kind, actually, right here. That's how the hot, is that the name of it? Let me reread the name while you look at the pepper. It is called hot fajita pepper. So they go green and then they will go red. So they're getting pretty long. So that is something new. And then mainly in here is like early hot jalapenos and the gigantia ones. This one right here is a cow horn hot pepper. So hopefully this does better. Like I said, I'm going to give everything some fish emulsion. Even though it does have a little pepper on it. It's tiny, but it's on there. And this one on the end is a shishito pepper. This is still in the pot, little cup. I grew habanero. There's 2 in there. I'm just not sure where I'm putting it. Maybe there. Early jalapeno, gigantia jalapenos. is mainly like this bed. Anything that's hot is this half of the bed. Keep your sweet and your hot separate. Okay, we are rocking and rolling on this garden tour. This is bed number 2 of peppers. And when I was putting it in, actually this was the first bed I put in. It took a lot of abuse from the weather. We got a frost. We actually just got a frost on Sunday of Memorial Weekend. Okay, so let me try to name, because I stated before I didn't put all the tags in. It's a little too rushy. This is a Big Bertha pepper right here. I'll be able to tell the majority of them once they come in a little bit better. But guess what? I didn't label them all. And then this one here is a giant Marconi pepper. And let's show you what we got going on. There is one right there that's actually growing. Hopefully Chris can get you a shot right there. And then I have a lilac bell pepper. So this, anything that's sweet you could think of is going to be in this bed. If I see a tag, I will let you know. I do have my first variegated pepper plant that I showed on my live. This is not anything of a disease or anything like that, folks. This is called a candy cane pepper plant, and we got some peppers. It's very interesting. And then over here we have some more peppers going on, so we're getting some in. This one here is a, let's see, a Carmen Italian pepper, which is this one right here. So, I mean, if I go back into my log, I can pretty much tell you what sweet ones I grew. I planted these very quickly and then forgot to label them because it started pouring. I have sweet banana peppers, I have more banana sweet peppers, which is good because I didn't want a ton of hot this year. Just a lot of jalapenos because I do make the cowboy and the cowgirl candy, and I'm literally sweating to death out here right now. Let's see. And then I have banana sweet peppers. I have the California Wonder Bell peppers, the green, the yellow, the red. It's all in this bed, all peppers. Everything in here is sweet. So like I said, that's half hot, half sweet, and this is all sweet. So that's amazing that I have such a big pepper already. There's a lilac bell pepper in here, but this Marconi is already growing. So that is pretty cool. All right, let's move on to the mess. Don't judge. Tomatoes. It's a jungle. Okay, this is the bed of tomatoes that is not done yet. I'm trying. I have to prune everything. I have to stalk everything, but the rain just made it completely out of control. We have basil over here, and I will, if I have to dig in tomatoes, I will to tell you what I'm growing. Marion tomatoes. Yes, they're close, but I'm going to single stem them. Let's see. Dr. Winchie's right here. Let's see. And I can tell you that, okay, black crim. And I'm pretty sure the whole rest of this row. Okay, Black Prince tomato. A little bit longer of a video this time, and that's because I'm trying to tell you all the names. Japanese trifle tomato. What's up with the Sharpies fading? And then Rebecca Allen, never grew that before. I think all the strange tomato plants are in here except for the Dr. Winchie's and the black crim. I'm familiar with that. This is Rebecca Allen again. Chocolate striped pepper right here. This is a chocolate striped pepper here as well. As you can see, it has flowers on it. I will get into how you can pollinate your own tomatoes in a separate video. Chocolate striped. That whole row is chocolate striped because that was interesting to me. Brandywine. Can we talk? Can we talk? I'm so super excited. I was sent 3 seeds, 2 died, 1 lasted. As you can see, it's really the only one that has a stake in it. Look at this, my friends. I'm so excited. Oh, I'm even more excited today. This is the Aunt Molly's ground cherry that's usually grown in the South. Look at that. I had like 2 or 3 beautiful flowers, and there they are. I've been babying this tomato because oh, there's more in here too. Because I want to try to save the seeds to these. Everybody says they taste like candy. I'm thinking about possibly putting something around the bottom to catch them when they hit the ground. But I do want to save them. So, Brandywine. I'm not even Southern, and I'm growing that tomato. Okay, this is different for me. This is Opaca, I think it's called. Opacka tomato. I have a whole row of them going on. I'm just trying to tell you. Black cherry tomato is all right here. Black cherry tomatoes. Okay, let's move to the bed that I did a little work on yesterday. I pruned, I staked, I just didn't tie them up yet. So, marigolds from all the rain just aren't doing very good. Like literally. Okay, let's see what I can find. Rainbow tomato. I love the rainbow tomatoes. This is a big rainbow tomato. Actually, I think I tried somebody else's rainbow tomato, not my own. I think this is the first year I'm planting them. Let me see. I'll just keep bending over. Big rainbow tomato. Yep, big rainbow. So this whole front row, right here, these sticks, all the way down if you want to follow them. It's all big rainbow tomatoes. Big rainbow. We have some basil here going on. And then this is going to be interesting because I have to dig in. Okay. Kellogg's tomato. Arkansas Traveler. Let me see. Abe Lincoln's. Abe Lincoln. I am pretty sure this whole row here is going to be my favorite tomatoes. This one here is a Mr. Stripey here on the end, which is pretty stalky looking. Kellogg's Breakfast is this whole row right here. The whole row. Why is that? If you're new here, I was getting like 3.5 pound tomatoes bigger than my hands. And it came from the Abe Lincoln's, the Kellogg's Breakfast. So that's this whole row. I did prune. If you're not sure what pruning is, I will do a video for that and tell you about it, but that's to keep airflow. I have to really keep the airflow because I have them like packed in here. More Abe Lincoln's. Let me see. Abe Lincoln is this whole middle row. But this is all my Kellogg's Breakfast. And then, let's see. Rainbow tomato. So everything in here is things that I'm familiar with, like the Arkansas Traveler. It's got pink Oxheart tomatoes in here. This is a good, I like to say, variety of tomatoes in this bed. And the other one that's not pruned because they're smaller, and I just didn't get around to them yet, are like some odd ones that I've never actually tried before. So this is like my prize-winning bed right here, folks. So wish me luck, because these are very close together. I know that my style of gardening is to push the limits, put a lot together, and I'm going to stay on top of this for disease control. So this is, I have 3 beds total of tomatoes. The one up there in the front, this one here that I still have to stake and trim them, this bed here. Yes, I have 3 beds of tomatoes, including the ones in the pot. 119 peppers. I mean tomatoes. 119, I know because I counted them all. Okay, there is the stackable. That's blue that everyone loves. This is different flowers. I think Bigger Boy, I don't know. And this is just all string beans. There's only like 1 or 2 that didn't germinate, so I'm growing all string beans here. This over here is not done. I have to take it over to there, edge it off. But this has cantaloupe plus cantaloupe seeds. Different type of watermelon is in there. This down here is icebox watermelon. They're like more of a personal like watermelon. This is the Crimson Sweet watermelon. So that's going to be a fruit patch. I started it. I got a little exhausted because I still have to take it over there, edge it off, and then hopefully my dogs don't go through it. So I have this sitting here, don't mind, it's a mess, but this is empty. There's no collards, except one that I have, two that I left laying around. They're all harvested. The mint, snowball mint, as I want to call it, is doing fantastic. It's doing great. I love it. I've been putting it in my iced tea everywhere. So the mint's doing good. Behind Chris, it's just some wildflowers, sunflowers, salvia, and it was like a box of just wildflowers I sprinkled all over. Here's the potatoes. The flowers are starting to die back. I do have some sunflowers that are popping up. I looked under here the other day. I think these still have a little bit more time, but I think I'll get an extra potato haul in here. That's my little potato patch that's doing good. Strawberries in the hanging basket. This type is the Ozark Beauty, and I see a strawberry. Well, that was good. My neighbor actually gave me that one, and that one I purchased. Okay, let's talk about this. I should have made this for my potato slips. I didn't. I wasn't thinking. This is going to be the whole zucchini bed. I put these up the way that I did to prevent my dogs from getting into these. I keep killing them, which is exactly what she's doing. She's breaking them. This is a gray summer zucchini right here. This is a cocozella. This is another cocozella, but I had to drop a seed because my dog broke it. Sunflower back there. This is Black Beauty right there. Cocozella. It's the year of the beans for me, and I wanted to grow a lot of different squashes. Cocozella, and the two Black Beauties, and this one I purchased. It's a straight neck heirloom squash. I purchased that because I couldn't find my seeds at the time, but not too bad, doing pretty good. This is going to be the whole zucchini bed when those other two seeds pop up there. Fence is holding up, as you can see. Fence is doing well. And then I got this little cute bird from Jay. And then over here I planted some Ashley cucumbers. Let me explain. I put some wildflowers in here. I'm getting literally grass because of so much rain. I have to weed this out, so I still have to weed. So some little flowers are starting to come up and some sunflowers. But do you see this leaf? Right here, this color. Let me see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before Memorial Day, it was freezing here. It rained the entire time, and that is, can you see this back leaf a little bit better, Chris? That is what that color is for any of the new gardeners. That got bit from the cold temps, but it's bouncing back. It's looking fine. This one actually got broke, and it has a flower on it, and that's why I'm not willing to pull it out, but I'm just using this type of trellis to have some Ashley cucumbers there. Fencing, ladybug lights. Look at, oh, I kept planting more sunflower seeds because I figured the birds got them. And now there's like a cluster, so I might have to spread them out. There's like multitude amount of sunflowers in this little patch right there. So the rest of it, if I did it correctly, every other one should be a different sunflower for the pollinators. Fence might need one more T-post because the winds were god awful on the storm. But these are holding up, they're doing good. That's not, because I don't think it has proper drainage. Rest of the sunflowers and zinnias over there. Like the little bistro table here. This lights up fire. Okay. This is black cherry tomato. I put 2 in here instead of just putting 1. So I put a tomato cage in here. This absolutely is black cherry, the hybrid cherry tomatoes. So there's 2 in there. It should be fine. This is the kale, dinosaur kale, Lasciato kale, and the blue Scotch kale. Me personally, I'm going to separate this up because it's just too much. Can we talk? See the squash right there? It's a zucchini, Easy Pick Gold. I did research on it. I purchased this. It says it cannot be near any other zucchinis if you want to save the seed. This is what it looks like in case you're interested. 98% of everything I'm growing in my garden I did buy seed, but I did buy a couple rare things. So I have this over here with my eggplants because it said it could go there. This is all different types of eggplants, Black Beauties, Oswald, and Rosa Blancas in here. I mean, there's a little bit of nibbling going on, but there is a mint right next to it to try to help with that. And then over here, there's not much going on in this one yet because I couldn't make up my mind of what I was going to plant in there. So I will figure that one out. I originally started off with cucumbers, put seeds in it, they germinated. My roommate just painted this. One of my old trellises. I took the new ones out and put them on the ends. So here's the zinnias. They're all doing fantastic. They're getting ready to bloom. So that's good. It's all filling out. I think that's actually a zinnia too, right there in the mulch. This back here is a hot mess, but let's talk for a minute. New lettuces came up. This is actually, not to be rude, but this is actually the bed that I did the multiple videos on. I got an amazing, amazing haul of butter crunch spinach. That's this bed. I just wanted to clarify that. But this tower here, the Swiss chard's doing fine, but I'm letting some arugula bolt for the seeds, some spinach bolt for the seeds. This lettuce just came up, but you can see it's looking not good because it's so hot here today. Some kale. So I'm not fully sure. Like I said, I'm trying to leave these for the bees and save some of the seeds, just let it go to seed. This bed over here, which has multiple trellises in it, was all the cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli. Great harvest. Harvested the broccoli, harvested the cauliflower. I just have to put numbers in for shed wars. So what have I done? I've harvested everything. I have 2 celeries that are still here, and this is the red or purple cabbage, which is doing fantastic. And then I went a little crazy right here on this trellis. This is National Pickling cucumbers right there, and I wanted these so bad right here. These are the lemon cucumbers, so I planted them there with a trellis. And then 2 leeks that I grew roots from the supermarket is there. And then this is butternut squash. Oh, here. Yep, I'm going crazy in the squash family, and that's okay. This is spaghetti squash down this row, and I dropped 2 extra seeds in here because I want a lot of squash. Over here is the winter early squash. It's the early acorn squash, and I did put a few seeds in here. So this is going to be acorn squash, cucumbers, spaghetti squash, butternut squash. That is what I am doing to transform this bed from the brassicas, which these are doing amazing. They're closing up, so they're starting to produce ahead, but they're gorgeous. And this bed did me well. You would all have to agree if you've been on this channel for a while. The cabbages looked amazing. It was a 45-day cabbage. The broccoli did good. The cauliflower did good. I just haven't posted any weights yet, but I did good. The barrel had collard greens in it that I said I didn't think were doing very well. I lifted it up. It had a lot of slugs underneath of it. I harvested what I could from the collards, and now I'm debating on what to put in this because it's very like muddy under there, and it's closing up the 3 holes that this Kentucky barrel has. So I'm a little stumped on what I should put in there. If you have any ideas, let me know, because I thought about putting corn in there, but I think I'm going to put that in the top row. So let's go over this way. I don't believe in wasting soil, even if it's from a cup, and that's what I was working on earlier, was putting soil in here. I just haven't had a hot minute to crumble it all down, but this is my first year. I'm doing this for Boone Child. She said that she did it in a big container and she got a lot. I've never seen potato slips at like a Home Depot. This is a Beauregard, Beuragard, sweet potato slips, 6 of them. So hopefully that doesn't overcrowd them, but I'm giving them some extra soil. I just didn't want to waste things that were coming out of pots. I just have to finish fixing that up. But let's see, am I missing anything? Yes. Let's move along to this right here. If you were on the spontaneous live during the week, you already know, but I got a coral knockout rose. This is just a regular knockout rose right here. I figured that would be good for the pollinators. It's permanent, and the bed's right there. If Chris wants to turn around and show you how close the bed is, which is right there. So I'm still growing a lot. I'm just trying to incorporate some permanent things. Ignore the mess over here on the ground, please. And then let's keep going. Okay, got an osculating, I got stumped last time, sprinkler for the garden. This is the other one. It is over here now. This is the double knockout rose. It was Jimmy's executive decision. I know it looks terrible right now from all the rain, but these need zero help whatsoever. So there's one there. This is double. The one that's over there is just a single. And now let's go outside the fence and I will show you what else is going on. This is the kitchen herb garden, cinder block herb garden that I built. This is the dill. I'm letting it go like that. That's the sage. The flowers are looking good. This is German thyme right here. This is my St. John wort, and I literally had minimal seeds, and that's looking pretty good. Mexican tarragon. This is that holy basil. I ended up giving a lot of seeds to my neighbor, and there was 2 in here, and I don't know what's going to happen with that. Some mammoth basils right there. I planted some more parsley seeds. This one back here is Thai basil. Gotta just keep thinking. There's a lot of plants on my brain. Rosemary. This is cilantro. It's doing crazy. I'm letting it go to seed. I'll harvest the bottom. And then I have some sweet basil. I also have some Genovese basil right there. The chives, Italian oregano, lemon thyme, and curly parsley, and then just the flowers going all the way around for the pollinators. This one's looking really good. This was rosemary, and you can see it did not take. It was a cutting, and it just didn't take. So, and I do have this row right here. Let me show you. And bunching onions all right here that are doing quite well. So, yeah, this is that cinder block garden that I built. Pretty inexpensive to use it for a kitchen herb garden. Now let's show you the fruit side. You might hear neighbors talking, but let's show you. This here is probably all going to be strawberries right here in due time. Raspberry plant number 1 doing fantastic. Raspberry plant number 2 looking great. Here is the blueberry high bush Recca. It has actual blueberries on it. Can you get that good, Chris? There's blueberries all over it. They're just not ready yet. This one looks a little bit more punier. Over here, blueberry bush number 2. This stick here looks dead. I don't know if I should cut it. So Jason Avers, if you see this, let me know what's going on with this. This has a lot of blueberries on it. And then apple tree number 1. These are the Portland apple trees. Doing pretty good. There is some curling. So again, if anybody knows what the curling is, and we are going to get a whole flock of geese flying by. The birds just love it around here. There they go. Oh, I don't know if you saw them or not. So I'm getting some leaf curling. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. This is an active live with all the animals. Apple tree number 2, same thing. It has some leaf curling. So again, if anyone, including Jason Avers, not just my gardening tour, I need to know what this needs, because I hope to God it doesn't die. I still have a ton of mulch left. So, yeah. Like I said, that'll probably do all strawberries, and I'm going to try to find blackberries or whatever for here. So let's go over to here. This looks absolutely amazing. Looked terrible when I bought it, and look at it. This is what I mean by these knockout. This is a pink double knockout rose. You don't have to maintain it. The buds are all coming in. Looks absolutely beautiful, but looked kind of crappy when I bought it. So that's diagonal to the garden. So a lot of like knockout roses are on the property now. As a matter of fact, I'll show you where I put the petite one. Oh. Hot and sticky here. I think I should stay over here. I should have just shown it. Come on. Almost done. This is the front of the house. These are the petite knockout roses. They say you can put this in a pot. You can use it for the walkway, like your edging, and that is most likely what we're going to end up doing. We put one on each side. That was a mutual decision between Jimmy and I to put them there because we did gates. There's a vining rose there. I have a chamomile planted in there. This one is blanket of flowers, and this is like a daylily. I have some lavender and more sylvia right there. I have the same thing on this side. The flag's messed up. Sorry, folks. This is right here, if you want to see the tag. It's a daylily. So one on each side. This really doesn't get rain on this side, so I try to save some rainwater. Blanket of flowers in yellow. The other one is red. And this is a bush type of rose that Jimmy bought at the beginning, and then we put this fencing in. I'll show you how the other, but aren't these great? What do you think? All the way down the walkway with them. Down there is a daylily I've had for about, let me see, he's 23, 22 years on the left. The one on the right is chocolate mint. And this side over here, another daylily. This is blanket of flowers in the red, right there. They're beautiful. I put chamomile out here because I'm trying to put chamomile everywhere. Suffer anxiety, and I'm hoping to get a ton, but I don't know how that'll work out. And this rose here has already been blooming quite a bit, and it's called the Summer Fashion Rose. And then I'll just leave it like that. Let's go back to the garden. Don't mind it. It would be nice to have a greenhouse over here, or like a chicken coop or something over on this side. We're gonna get ready to wrap this up. So, here we are back at the garden, and I think I covered everything for the garden tour week 3. Thank you to Chris for reporting once again. Sorry, hopefully I didn't make you dizzy going around the property, but I have lots of staging and pruning to still do, so stay tuned for that. I am going to try, I think it's called bread and butter corn, I'm going to try to put there. I have to add some more bush beans. And I'm still trying to add things in nooks and crannies. I still have that half a bed back there. And I have to figure out what I'm going to put in there. But that is this week's long and busy garden tour. Hot, hot, hot it is here, I kid you not. But I hope that you enjoyed this garden tour. I put out a garden tour every week. This is garden tour 3. Pretty sure it's 3. Yes, it's 3. So wish me luck with these CAMBRIA steaks. Like I said, I'm going to try them out, see how they do. In the meantime, I'm Melody. This is my garden, and I hope you guys love what you see. Leave me a comment. Subscribe if you have not already. It will literally cost you nothing. And if you're new here, welcome to my channel. This is organic gardening, raised bed gardening, in-ground gardening, cooking, and baking. So that's what my channel is about. I'm happy to have you all here, and I'll see you on the next garden tour. Bye, everyone.